Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. This one, I'm going to do a joint one. Had a restless, busy day. Had a lot of shadow work to go through. It's that time of year, especially for me. So, I had to filter through some stuff this morning instead of doing videos. But all is well. So, I'm going to be doing Capricorn and Pisces for this one. And we are going to kind of like tap into something mixed between like ancestral information / knowledge / advice, because that's what I'm feeling like. It's really reflective period of year, and I think our evolution could use it definitely. And I just looked at the subscribers and it's 27. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, not gonna cry. I won't. Not today anyway. Okay. So thank you. I'm so grateful for your subscriptions. And it doesn't tell me if somebody didn't like the video. So only like the video if you actually like the video, because like I need to, know. So only like if you actually liked it, not because like, ooh, thanks for posting another video. Like listen to it and then decide if you like it. At least that's how I like to do YouTube. Okay. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, Capricorn. What do we got for Cappy? Lots. Okay. Ooh. The Madre of Air, Motherwort. I've been doing some research for my new project on YouTube for doing the psyche, the goddess psyche reading for each of the signs. So I dug back into a book and did some Motherwort research last night. So this would be like the Queen of Swords. So Motherwort is actually more of a lunar plant, but it's very airy. Even just looking at, it doesn't look, you can't really see it in the picture. You can't even, I know what it looks like in the wild, but they don't even do a very good job of putting it in the picture, but it's a very airy plant. And it's known for kind of that nighttime sleepy herb where you're gonna, do I dare say this out loud? So the ancient wisdom of the plant, they used to call the thing that the women of the tribe made Groot. And this was the main source. This was the main ingredient, was mugwort, otherwise known as artemisia, for all you herpes out there. And it is the semi-hallucinogenic properties of the plant. Now, I am not advocating this at all. I'm not advocating this. We don't know the recipe anymore. It's been lost. So don't start just nibbling on it, okay? Do your research before you dabble in stuff, but this is just what they used to do with it. So before we had preserved alcohol, liquor, there was mugworts, and it would put you, it wasn't so much of an alcohol induced kind of state of like, it was a semi hallucinogenic where it would help you soothe you into dream time, okay, and help with the prophetic dreams and whatnot that you were having. Now they would add different medicinal plants to the mixture of Groot, which had to be fermented, but it only took about 24 to 72 hours, and it didn't last that long. So the women would sell it to other people in the tribe that needed that particular type of beverage. So this is what they used to do. And then Patricia, oh God, I can't remember her name, but she wrote a book called The Sacred Medica. And she put in there that hops was actually a really good preservative for the mugwort or the motherwort beverage that they used to serve in ancient times. And a group of people got a hold of that. I don't want to cause any man hate on the channel, but it was men, and they started brewing this in large quantities and serving it at pubs. So, the information that I'm getting this from is The Weaving, Plants, Planets, and People by Abra Arneson. Okay. I'm terrible with names. I apologize. But this book rarely leaves my side. I am obsessed with this book. So that is where that story comes from. So this Capricorn is a huge, it's like there's so you might be needing to tap into that way back before way, or at least this information, this read's going to come back from that time period. Maybe that's what they're trying to say, is that's where the read is going to come from. Or have that same type of theme where we used to have this ancient and very medicinal and helpful knowledge. And we're going to access that through the reading. The next card you have is the Four of Fire, which is elderberries. So those are a good immune booster. Yeah. So the elder plant is something it was very much a wintertime plant, and they preserved it and they put it in a lot of stuff. Just because the properties were so wonderful, and it's a good additive for it can be a little bitter, but if you use the right mix of things, it can be very, very beneficial. And I worked at a natural grocery store, a more not so much processed and chemical covered stuff. Not that I have anything against any of that stuff. My body personally needed it, so I worked there. But this was could not keep it on the shelves during a particular very historical period of time in our recent history. Couldn't keep it on the shelf. Okay. So, very useful, very helpful. Good for boosting, building, and structuring homeostasis within the body. 7 of Earth is the oak tree. Solid oak is one of the hardest woods you can have, and it's slow growing. Okay. Oak is very slow growing, but that's because it's taking its sweet, mother loving time doing what it does best, which is growing tall, strong, and very productive. Okay. So whatever this is that you need to build up with ancestral knowledge it's gonna be slow moving and slow growing, but it's gonna be so worth it. It's crazy how worth it it's gonna. Look at that basket, and there's a book there. Knowledge, understanding, wisdom, integration of that wisdom into something real and tangible. Pentacles, worth. Not all pentacles have to be in the bank, right? So the next one is the 5 of Fire. Black Kotosh. So this is good. Specifically for males, the circulatory system. So masculine energy in the body. Yeah, I'll just have you look that up because I would prefer to know more about the stuff I can and can't say. So, But yeah, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. It's a beautiful herb. When you see it growing in the wild, it's very striking. Very gentle on the system too. It does not upset your system. Some things can be a little bit more harsher than others, which most of the time they dial back the dosage on that. But it's very, very gentle, and it's one of those that's like not gonna take one thing away from another to give to another. They're not robbing Peter to pay Paul sort of thing. It's a very well balanced herb if used correctly. Well, I suppose everything else, but so now I'm gonna use the Lapis Tarot. My little human bunnies. Yay! Okay. Demon means deity, by the way, not devil. Oh, Capricorn. You guys, this card is the devil. I am so sorry. It's just, I have death as my major ruler, and you have the freaking devil. I can't even freaking imagine. Kids. So, illumination is what the devil is about. It's not some evil, destructive force coming in to take over your soul. It's illuminating where you feel empty, where you feel that there's no other path forward other than to give yourself over to something that's going to be poisonous for you. So maybe just look at that a little bit differently. Okay. So now we have petty arguments. Yep. Learning and growing. Sometimes the biggest revelation you can have is through having just a really weird taco petty disagreement where you go inside and do that internal reflection upon what you speak, you spell. I love this card. Love this card. So definitely reflecting upon what you speak and what is what you spell. Knight of Swords. He's on Pegasus, by the way. The horse has wings, in case you were wondering. So he's moving fast. You're moving fast with the message of something that's lighting a fire underneath your tuchus. You spoke it into being, and all of a sudden it's taken off. And now you're not allowed any rest. No rest for the wicked. Right, Cappy? Ooh. Then you have the Empress. Most abundant energy. She's got her little wheat field growing below her. An over excess of kush. As she should. She is pregnant, right? She looks just a smidge and bit heavy with worry, but I do like the stars on her crown. She's definitely got some dreams coming true here. And the Page of Swords. So there's going to be a message coming in from either this person or to that person or that energy. So you're moving fast towards relaxation or not having to. Maybe you're building something from the past. I feel like an argument sparked an idea or a thought or a spell that you put into action so you don't have to so you don't have to sit in that energy anymore? You can sit in this one? Interesting. But now you're either giving a message or getting a message. I'm curious now. Which one? Okay, let's try it. We're gonna try the the Light Seers Tarot, which I'm sure you've already seen or heard if you do the. I love this deck. Okay. This is actually like one of my kind of like break-ins from my old herbal Rider Waite tarot deck. My perspective shifter, if you will. Okay. What's Cappy doing here? What kind of message are they being called to whip on out? Okay. So, you got the Magician. Okay. We kind of already established that. I think I'm getting a repeat. But we've got the Magician. Okay. Speaking what you spell. It's coming. It's manifesting. Okay. The Star, which is for whatever reason, something not coming to light. Something's not coming to light yet. Something's not coming to light. And the Six of Cups in reverse didn't reflect good enough on that argument, so you're having to revisit it. You're having to revisit with the World in reverse, but then you've got the Empress here. Oh, had to turn the world upside down, did we? Because this pathway forward from this... This feels familial, like family. Oh, Cappy. Okay. Okay. So something from your past got turned upside down. You had a squabble with family, close people to you that have been... I feel like this is familial because we have the Empress here. She's kind of like the mother figure of the tarot, right? And we have the Empress here twice. So you have the Empress, the Tower, and then the Hermit. Okay. Okay. Dude, shit happens to the best of us. Then you're in the hermit mode. Now, most people are like, you need to get out of the hermit mode. It's not good for you. Society says you have to be this way. No, you stay there, Cappy. There's lessons there. I can testify to that. Because why would you... Don't come down until you feel it's ready. Till you feel like this is going to be brought to the world, okay? Don't fret about being in this space. There's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being in this space. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You turn off your phone. You get into a state where you feel safe and secure to be exactly who you are, or at the very least start on the pathway to discovering who you are, because that's what this energy is. Sitting alone with your own light above everything else and going to the core of who you are and discovering exactly who you are supposed to be in the world, not who you're told to be, who you need to be for you and the rest of us, so we can watch your light shine and learn from it. You got a message. Something to do with your inner light is coming forward. And if you need to turn your world upside down so you can get back into the Six of Cups and reflect upon this, reflect upon what's going on, right? What you speak, you spell, that internal flame that comes out of you is being amplified right now. Take your time and build yourself up. You got the Mother of Air here too. Queen of Swords. I always call that the card of cutting a bee. So that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You're okay, Cappy. You're okay. There's nothing wrong with you. And you're not the freaking devil, so don't buy into that crap either. All right. It's okay. We got this. I still feel like I'm in hermit mode. I'm not really out in the world right now. I was, and I'm like, I want to go back to my cave. COVID lockdown happened. I'm like, oh, there's a God, and he's madly in love with me. Okay, so What does the universe have for Capricorn in this Hermit energy with the Page of Swords? What's the Page of Swords and the Hermit supposed to teach for Cappy? Any advice, reason, whatever, lots of things fell out. Okay, so first is the Meadow. Vulnerability. Right? So when we talk about vulnerability, everybody thinks that like you have to have another person present to be vulnerable. That's such a lie. You don't have to have someone else present to be vulnerable. You can learn to be vulnerable and honest and open with yourself. That's how you establish trust within yourself. Then you can start to build up trust with yourself. Then you can build up trust with other things and beings and people and whatnot. You know, I'm working on trust with animals. Well, I've pretty much established it. But like trust with other beings, learn how to tap into that lovely little space of being open and honest with your heart, your mind, and your soul, right? In that deep part of the woods is that open meadow where beautiful things grow. Don't be afraid to go there and stay there for a hot minute, right? And learn how to be vulnerable, right? And then know how to be not so vulnerable with some people and maybe just kind of slowly like ease your way into that in the outside world. Then you have iceberg, submerged. So it might feel like it. See, but there's a meeting there. You see the meeting? It almost looks like two, noses rubbing of two different types of beings, but not, you know what I mean? Like they might collide. But maybe that's your integration process. Then you have Milky Way, perspective. The cards never lie. That's what I love about them. So you just need to take a different perspective, Cappy. It's going to be okay. And you have the time and the energy to do this, which is good. Okay. And then you have a ceremony, an invocation, something to choose, something that is only being chosen from a space of absolute understanding of exactly what you need and what you want. Right? She's alone in this card, but she's not alone in this card. Light is coming from her and light is coming to her. And she's just letting it flow straight into her and straight out of her. Okay, Cappy. All right. Love and light and dark and beauty and stillness, silence, and all that beautiful stuff where we learn and grow.